Hey guys, it's Bob with Kaler's Aquatics, and I am going to be using my new gimbal and tripod to film this. It's an unboxing of sorts. I picked up some supplies last night at the local fish store, Aquatic Asthetics, when I picked up the plexiglas tanks and racks, and I've got a video, or actually a few little videos to piece together about unloading those and getting them set up. But these are the things I didn't unload last night and just remembered they were still inside the truck. So, and yes, I heard that collective gasp. Those are, that is a styrofoam cooler. So let me get a point of reference here. All right. So, if you don't have one of these, be sure and get one if you keep fish at all, or if you go out of town to pick up fish. But I also use them to put my frozen foods in. So, except for the one on top, these should be still fairly well frozen, and that one is semi-frozen. It's about half thawed, but you can see it still has. So let's see what I got here. And this is fine because I'm going to be feeding part of this in just a few minutes here. So I got regular brine shrimp, and these are the flats, the sheets. There we go. Back to frozen. Bloodworms, regular bloodworms, jumbo bloodworms, and these are all frozen. Jumbo bloodworms. I'm hoping you guys can see these at least. Whoops. Mysis shrimp, and these are the regular size mysis, the smaller. There's a large that none of the fish like, not even the sevrums. They seem to be rubbery or something. They seem that like they kind of mouth them and then spit them back out, but they love these. Of course, if one's good, two's better. So there's another. And these are for things like the big puffers and the big marine fish, and I also chop them up and give them to the sevrums and the 180 South American tank. And again, one is good, two's better. And yeah, if you were counting, that's a couple $100 in food right there. I'm not gonna stop filming to throw these in the freezer behind me, but I am gonna put that one that's semi-thawed between a couple. Move this. I've been making some tops, but that's another video. These I mentioned in my tour of the store yesterday. I'll just take one out. What I'm going to do is the two tanks that I got, they're 100 gallons or more, and they're like 25 or more gallons each compartment, 4 compartments. So I have not used these before. If you have, let me know what you think about them. I may do a little video on them when I set them up later today for fish arriving tomorrow. But I really like the surface area, just like it says. You can set them up so many different ways, and you can turn these. You can set them in the middle of the tank on supporting themselves. You can turn these filters sideways, 2 going each different way. So don't want to talk about them too much, but I was really impressed with them, and I remember mentioning them in my video that I did yesterday. Not promoting the video, but if you want to see them before then, there's a long video of the store tour, and I mentioned them in there because they caught my eye. So I'm going to do 4 tanks with 4 of these, and I have 3 of these Lee's filters, triple flow, the box filters, left over from when I set up some racks last year. I bought a whole bunch of these, and I've got 3 and love them. And you can put substrate in the bottom, like the media that was in there, the hard media, if you want, and that also helps weigh them down. You can put charcoal in them, and then you put some filter media like filter floss, or I'm trying to think of the name of what I want, but anyway, it's the white media, you know what I'm talking about, to put in the top. And actually I did a video on these. Someone requested it, named Not Nola Jane, over a year ago, maybe 2 years ago now. I was unboxing these with a big box of stuff that came from was it Big Al's, I think. And she said maybe you could do a video about these, and I did, and that's been my highest producing video, and it was just like a product, not a review, but just a representation. But back in the old days, and I'm from the old days for sure and beyond, this is what we used. It's all we had before under gravel and all that. And it's really cool that they're popular again now. They're so easy to maintenance and they're so efficient. So I'm going to use the other 3 I have of these already, just like this, I believe, and they're Lee's for sure. And check out Lee's if you haven't. Not sponsored, of course, by them. That would be wonderful. But Lee's is an old name in aquarium stuff, and a lot of their stuff is really popular again. They have pythons and caps to go on the end of the python so you don't suck your fry up. All kinds of cool things, but you just don't hear a whole lot about Lee's. So I'm very happy to give them a little shout out. They're doing quite well, I'm sure, but check them out. You'd be surprised the stuff that's out there that you might not have seen. So all right, so I've got filtration now, 4 of that kind and 4 of that kind, and I'll kind of see how they do and which I like best. Picked up a little bit of tubing, and I got the clear, since these are plexiglass tanks that have the Steenfop blue on the back and sides. It's made into the plexiglass, it's not painted on. So, and the other choice was black, so I thought this would probably look better. Color coordination and deco is not my thing for sure. These, I went ahead and got a couple of Fluval filters. I'm gonna take a peek through the camera. Yeah, you can kind of see that. Actually, I could stand here and see it myself. Tibby, move. So, good price on those. These are 300 watt each, and I'm gonna put, since these tanks, depending on how you run the water in them and set them up, they can be connected or not connected. And when I set them up, hopefully I'll do a little video and explain that. But so I'm planning on using 1 heater for each 4 banks, for each level of 4 tanks, and connecting them. So there those are. I should title this "How to Spend $400 After You've Already Bought Your Used Tanks," because that's what I spent. I always have my flakes sitting around, and I really like just the tropical. I don't like the color enhancer stuff. Don't like that stuff at all. If you're feeding a good quality food, your fish are going to be gorgeous. They don't need any help. That's my opinion. And remember, opinion isn't fact, so it's just my experience. But yeah, and I feed this. I can go through, if I'm running out to an appointment, well, a doctor's appointment. Who am I kidding? That's my social life, guys. But anyway, if I'm running out to a date with the doctor, I can sprinkle these and just go through and, put an appropriate amount in each tank, fresh and salt. Now, they do make marine stuff, but I feed this to everybody, so and they love it, absolutely love it. So, and all my fish are gorgeous. Little brag. And these, I'm not going to take them all out, but I have at least 8. I've had my eye on these Black River rocks for a while. You might remember when Diva really liked some rocks there, and I sent them to her. She paid for them and paid for all that, but I sent them to her because they had them there and she was looking for them, and I was happy to do that. But these, when they're wet, they look blue, and I'm not going to wet them over there to show you, but they look blue, and you'll see them in the tank soon enough. So I've already got some substrate. I had, you always have stuff laying around, so I've got some gravel, smaller than pea gravel, and I've got these. I've got my heaters, I've got my filtration, but what I don't have is lights. I've got a couple of lights that are older that I don't have on tanks now, and I'm going to see if I can utilize any of those, but I think it's time for me to buy a couple more lights. So I'm going to be looking like at Petco online and doing some price matching and all that. If anybody knows about like an Amazon sale or something, and these lights don't have to be anything fancy at all. I will have some plants in there. They're primarily for rainbow fish from Dan's, and they are due to arrive tomorrow. So I've got to get in there and fill them up. Hope my python reaches to the other end of the house. If not, I've got some connectors and some hose that I can connect up and be fine with that. I don't carry water, I can't do it. So let me get these things in the freezer, and 10 minutes. Amazing that I talked that fast and thought I was getting through that quickly, but yeah, that's how you spend $400 on stuff for your used tanks that you got a great deal on. But I'm just thankful that Rob gave me such a good deal on them at Aquatic Asthetics, so that I could afford to get all these things. So see you in another video soon, guys. Appreciate you. Please give us a like and share. I'm trying to get those subscribers on up there. I'm seeing 2,000 off in the distance here, but that would just be awesome by Thanksgiving. But don't want to be too presumptuous, but you guys really come through. Oh, by the way, the shirts I was going to give away, I'm sorry, that triggered me about that. I like to do giveaways, of course, when I reach goals, and sometimes just have random goals, but I didn't have any goal in mind when I did. I got 3 of the Bubbles t-shirts from John and Lisa at KG Tropicals, one for me, and then I was meeting up with Ed yesterday for him to get his half of those tanks and me to get mine. And in fact, he ended up loaning me some tie-down straps so I could get mine home safely. And I took him some fish, which he'll talk about, I'm sure, in a video that I promised him a long time ago, and it just never was right for us to meet up and both go back home without carrying fish around all day. So got those to him, but I wanted to give him the shirt because he's lost a bunch of weight and we can wear the same size shirt now. So that's awesome. From me getting a little bigger and him getting quite a bit smaller. So Ed's a big guy, most of it muscle, of course, but so I gave him one, and then I had one more. So I decided to do a random last night with a video I posted of my store tour, and it was totally random, not announced. I like to do that, like I've given away things in the live streams before, gift cards and stuff like that. But the first one that spoke was Anthony, and he said first, Anthony's Fishy Friends. So Anthony's tried for so long to win a giveaway, so I'm really glad that he finally got something, and I'll be sending him his Bubbles t-shirt from KG Tropicals. And I'm going to go back because several people have asked about it, and John had said he would give me one if he'd known I was, getting the extras for a giveaway. And I think I'm going to go back and buy a couple more and see if he still will give me one. Hey, if you don't ask. But anyway, that's all I can ramble about. So please like, share, and subscribe if you'd consider being one of our friends and following us. Appreciate you all, and I'll see you soon.